Welcome back to How Did You Find Out podcast. I have an incredible human being that I've had the pleasure to meet about a couple months ago. Her name's Norma. Thank you for coming, Norma.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Of course. And we met at a fundraiser and we instantly clicked. I think that's like, I say that a lot when I bring on my guests that I like instantly click or this person's amazing and all things. That's just who I am. I love surrounding myself with people that are amazing. And then she's like, "Where are we going to dinner?" And I was like, "I don't know. My crazy sisters are with us, the
Yes.
twins." We ended up having dinner, and it was like a complete bond at that moment.
Yes, you adopted me.
I did, yeah. And I talked a little bit about the podcast and kind of the preference of, I wanted to create a space where people can come and share their story and help empower others and things of that nature. So we talked a little bit about what we're going to talk on, but tell me a little more about yourself. Like, where did you grow up?
So I grew up in Chula Vista.
Okay.
I went to a private school growing up.
Uh-huh.
I grew up, I want to say, in the restaurant industry because
Okay.
my parents had restaurants. So right after school, I would have to go to work,
Yeah.
wash dishes,
Yeah.
pots and pans, all of that.
Mhm.
All through high school, so I really didn't have the opportunity to participate in many activities that most kids
Right. Yeah.
do.
Because that's essentially like first generation that you're here, right? Like with your parents and everything. Did they immigrate here or?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's like from the ground running.
Hustle.
We have to hustle. We got to help them. We got to translate things in Spanish, what those English letters say, and all the things. So then, after high school, what was that kind of like?
Well, I really didn't get to finish high school the way the most students would. I had to
Yeah.
test out, take a GED and test out. I ended up having to get married early on for the same reason.
Got to get out of the house.
Yes,
Yeah. And how old were you when you got married?
15.
15? Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yes, 15 years old. I
Oh
was
my God.
a child.
You were a baby.
I was, but when you consider the reasons why and the circumstances, then it becomes like, oh, okay, I see.
Yeah, well, because you have to grow up really fast.
Oh yeah, I had to grow up. I didn't have a childhood.
Yeah.
I obviously I was abused when I was 3 by my biological father. I was sexually assaulted by my father, and I was left internally bleeding.
Oh my gosh.
And my sisters tried to cover it up until they couldn't. My mom took me to the doctor and told her that I had been assaulted, and so it was something that I had to navigate. It was pretty hard,
Yeah.
but because of that, thereafter, my mom was a little more protective of me.
Yeah.
But when I was 15, my father yet again tried to assault me, and I ran away from home, and I told my mom what had happened.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't that 3-year-old little girl anymore. Like, I was able
Right.
to speak up.
Yeah.
I was able to tell the police,
Mhm.
and that's when my mom was like, well, the first opportunity you have, then we're going to get you somewhere safe. And unfortunately, the first opportunity I had, the first
Yeah.
guy that I met in a high school, he didn't even come to my high school. He went to a different high school that asked me to marry him. I was like, yeah,
Oh
like,
my
I'll marry you.
gosh. You're like today,
Yeah, today.
right now.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And unfortunately, that didn't. I mean, 30 days into that marriage, it was not well. He ripped up my clothing. He wanted me to. I almost looked Amish the way he wanted me to dress.
Oh
And
my
it was very
gosh.
controlling,
Yeah.
very verbally abusive. I mean, 6 years of marriage with that man. Well, I mean, I later forgave. But
Yeah.
after a cracked skull, a broken nose, broken ribs,
Oh my
and
gosh.
a lot of emotional abuse, I was able to leave that relationship.
How old were you at that time?
I'm going to say 20,
20, 21.
21.
So did you go back home or did you go
No.
just lived on your own?
I lived on my own.
Wow. Figured it out.
I figured it out, yeah. I mean, I feel like this generation sometimes is a little bit too,
Yeah. Comfortable.
yeah,
Yeah.
I, I, I mean, even when I got married, I was with my mom for like maybe 6 months, but then I got my own apartment and I was working.
Yeah. And at what point in time when you were married were you like, was what chain of event that was like, okay, this is where I draw the line in the sand, like no more, I'm leaving.
Well, I was on first name basis with the ER doctors,
Wow.
and just thinking that this man not only physically abused me, but he was like also openly cheating on me.
Yeah.
And then asking me to go to his girlfriend's house so that he could show me what a real woman was like.
Oh wow.
It was just, you get to the point where you just really don't have anything to lose
Mm-hmm.
anymore. And I just decided enough was enough. I ended up giving him a large amount of money to move out. And about a week later, he told me he met a girl, spent his money. So I'm like, okay, great.
Yeah.
So then I helped him get an apartment, just so that he didn't have a reason to come back.
Right.
Um,
Like your survival instincts was if I keep him at ease, then with time, because it kind of sounds like a narcissist individual.
yes, yes, because he would tell me, you made me do this. And one day I actually asked him, like, why do you do this? And he said, well, because you enticed your father to abuse you.
What
And
a
the
piece
fact
of
that
shit.
he accused me, I mean, when you accuse a victim,
Yeah.
I don't know what's worse.
Right.
But sometimes I think that words hurt just as much as the physical pain, right? Not being
Yeah.
able to have that psychological safety
Yeah.
and having someone tear you apart. It's almost like, what do you have left?
Right.
The only thing I could do was pick up whatever little dignity I had left and try to protect my kids
Right.
and remove myself from that situation.
Did you have children with him?
Yes, I had two. My two older ones
My
are
children.
his. Yeah.
Wow. And were they little when you left him, or?
My little girl was 3, and my son was about 5 or 6.
Wow.
Yeah.
And did they remember any?
My son, unfortunately, witnessed a lot of the abuse, and he began to have night terrors.
Oh.
And he would walk around looking for me in the middle of the night just to make sure that I was
safe.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's your son that's in the military now?
Yeah. He actually, today's his birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Arthur.
Oh.
And then tomorrow's his last day.
Oh my gosh,
yeah.
he's getting out.
He's getting out. Right now he's trying to find out how he can sell his home so he could move back home.
Yeah.
Either sell it or rent it. I mean, it's in Virginia, and
Yeah.
he doesn't plan on living there, so
Right.
I'm
Let's
hoping
come
that,
home to mama.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's my favorite.
good.
He was like my best friend. Come on, I had him so young.
Yeah.
I had him when I was 16.
They say that God gives you sons to replace that, or to give you that love that you should have had
Mm-hmm.
from a male figure, you know, and given that your experience, now you get to have that love with your son.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he was my best friend. I feel like we grew up together.
Yeah.
We grew up together, and I feel like I'm close with his friends. But then, I ended up getting married again. I went on to school.
Yeah.
When I was first married with my first husband, I was going to Southwestern College getting my undergrad, and I remember him dragging me out of a class because he saw that I got a good grade. I got an A on a test.
Oh my gosh.
And he dragged me out. He really humiliated me. He embarrassed me. And he said that I must have been sleeping with my teacher because I was too stupid to
get a
be
good
getting
grade.
good grades.
Oh my gosh.
And that's funny because that's actually what motivated me to continue going to school. I mean, I actually dropped out for a couple of years because I was too embarrassed to go back, and everybody's like, oh, there's the girl that got...
There's a girl that got dragged out.
Yeah, So I did go back to school, and then I went on to graduate from University of San Diego
That's
with a
amazing.
poli-sci degree, and then I was remarried. I had a little girl, and now I have 3 kids.
Yeah.
And I feel like, God gave me what the enemy stole from me
Right.
tenfold.
Mm-hmm.
So now, I want to say for the last 27 years, I've been fortunate enough to be able to advocate to students
Mm-hmm.
about teen date rape,
Yeah.
domestic violence, and sexually abused children.
Right.
Sadly, every time I go and do a presentation at a school or a venue, there's always 4, 5, 6 students that will come up to me and will tell me, my dad did this to me, my mom's new boyfriend did this to me.
Yeah.
At my uncle's house, my cousin's friends are doing this. And so by law, I have to report that. I
Yeah.
have to go, and I was fortunate enough to be working with the Chula Vista PD and getting those resources for these
Right.
students. And I guess they have a way that they're able to go and speak to them when they're in class,
Oh.
as if they're like counselors.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't pry, but
Yeah.
I was privy to a little bit of that information.
Yeah.
And so we've been able to hopefully save some children.
Yeah. But we talked about that too recently. It's like I was sexually abused too by my mom's boyfriend's son that was like 10 years older than me. I was like 7.
Wow.
Yeah, and we were talking about triggers. And one of my triggers is like for the longest ever, I had to have locked doors because that's how I knew that he couldn't come into my room. And I'm talking like in my 20s, I was still locking doors, even my mid 20s. It wasn't until after, probably closer to my 30s, so about almost 10 years ago, I stopped locking doors. But it was like a long journey for sure. And it's just like a tick,
Mhm.
like I get up and make sure that it was locked but it's like, turning that corner where, you have your life experiences and dealing with those triggers is something completely different. Do you have any particular triggers?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I do not like being manipulated. I do not like being controlled.
Mm-hmm.
Because my ex-husband was so controlling,
Yeah.
so manipulative. Like, honestly, I can forgive many things, but that right there just turns me off. I will easily walk away from any relationship, any friendship. I don't like being played with.
Yeah.
Like if my psychological safety is being compromised because you want to play games,
Right.
I don't have time nor the energy nor the tolerance for that type of
Yeah.
behavior. And I can understand where you're coming from because I feel like every day I'm still that little 3-year-old girl
Yeah.
healing.
Mm-hmm.
Healing is a journey,
Mm-hmm.
and no one can tell you, well, it's been 20 years, you should be healed by now.
Yeah.
No, it's a journey.
Yeah.
You need to be intentional about your healing.
Right.
And so you could still be that 7-year-old
Mm-hmm.
little girl
Oh,
healing.
totally. Yeah.
And whether or not you lock your door, we live in a dark world.
I
Please
know.
keep locking your door. Please
Yeah.
keep locking your
Totally.
door. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
But for me, even now, I don't feel like my husband is controlling at all. He wants me to pursue whatever I'm passionate about.
Yeah.
But there was a trip to Israel that was planned at our church. I want to say 4 years ago, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. I think that was the first time that he ever didn't even say don't go. He just said, I would advise against it. Please consider it because there's a lot of war going on.
Yeah.
And he's very careful with his words.
That's amazing.
Because I feel like if he tells me don't do something, I'm gonna go do it.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is even at the store, those little signs, those little bells that say don't ring.
Yeah, you ring it.
I'll be the one to be boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Only because it said don't ring.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but.
Well, it's because for most of your life you've been controlled and manipulated into different ways that's your survival. So that 3-year-old, 15-year-old, and even married young lady, you're still like, no. And now you're a badass then. Now you're even more of a badass because you've surpassed all that. You know, you went back to school and got your degree. Like, that's a big deal, especially culturally speaking. Like, I'm a college dropout. I didn't finish. You know, I had to grow up really fast as well, and my focus was being in the mortgage industry because it's a very fast pace, and that's the only way I can make money fast. But you know, you now you're like, I'm gonna ring the fucking bell, and God forbid somebody to come near you and tell you something or try to control you. That's just not gonna happen anymore.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I mean, I don't do it to be, I mean, I won't ring it loud.
No, you'd be like,
I'll ring it a few times, but I mean, quietly.
yeah.
And people look at me like, are you not listening? It says don't ring.
It says don't ring.
I
Yeah.
know, but.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I do it for fun, not to be, disrespectful or,
No.
or rude. But I, almost in a sense, I feel like, even though I'm 55 right now, I still feel like I'm 16 years old, just reliving my childhood that was stolen from me.
That was stolen. Yeah, that was wronged.
know?
Yeah. And do you have any communication with your biological father or your ex-husband?
Not really,
No.
not at all with my father.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel that like as a godly woman,
Yeah.
my role in that is, the Bible says that I need to honor my parents, right? And
Right.
I told my father many years ago that the only way I could ever honor him was to forgive him
Yeah.
for stealing everything he stole from me,
Yeah.
emotionally, spiritually.
Right.
And then I don't have a relationship with him. And sometimes I do talk to my husband when it has to do with my daughter mostly. My son doesn't really have much of a relationship with him. But my daughter, I mean, she's a daddy's girl.
Yeah.
So maybe a couple of times a year I've had the occasion where, maybe once or twice really. Maybe
Right.
once.
Yeah.
Not often.
Not often.
But I mean, he did many years later apologize, and it was sincere, and I could see the remorse, I could hear the remorse in his voice, and I did forgive him, because
Yeah.
I mean,
It's more for you.
yeah, well, yeah,
It's not for
absolutely.
them, and something that I shared on a different episode was my abuser reached out to me back in the MySpace days, and he asked for forgiveness. He's a pastor, which freaks me out. He has daughters and the whole thing, but it freaks me out because of my trauma, right? People respond to things based off their trauma and their triggers. And he's like, please forgive me. And maybe that's like shame on me, but I was like, I'm past it. It's not up to me. That's above my pay grade, man.
Mhm.
That's like up to God.
Absolutely.
You're telling the wrong person, like
Yeah.
wrong audience. Because
Yeah.
if it were up to me, things would not end well for you. So I wish your daughters the best, and God protect them and anybody else that's around you. But that's above my pay grade. So good
Yes.
for you to be able to. And it's not that I don't want to forgive him. It's just more of like, that's not up to me. Like the damage is done. I can't go back and erase. You just, not that you move on from it, but you just move forward in a sense of acceptance and adapting and learning the triggers, and like, it is what it is. Like
Yeah.
so kudos to you for forgiving them.
Well, I
it's
mean,
a big deal.
It's not really me. I think me too. I would maybe be unforgiving, but I just feel like God is so good and so graceful.
Absolutely.
And has been to me. Like,
Yeah.
who am I not to forgive someone else, right?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I've lived with rejection, abandonment my entire life.
Yeah.
So it's easy for me to just let it go, and
Move on.
like, I don't want to walk around with shame or guilt.
Right.
Because those emotions don't come from God,
Right.
right?
Mhm.
God gave us a spirit of love, power, and sound mind.
Mhm.
Anything else, like, we all make mistakes, and we're
Right.
all remorseful, we have regrets,
Right.
right? But just because you sin differently than me, doesn't mean that we don't sin,
Right.
right?
Absolutely.
And not one sin is greater than the other.
Right.
And I feel like we are made righteous through Jesus Christ, but we all struggle. And I think we need to give ourselves grace.
Absolutely.
Not just each other, but give ourselves grace, because this is a journey. And
right.
we came into this world by ourselves,
Really.
right? We didn't bring our best friend with us,
No.
and we're gonna leave this world by
Yeah,
ourselves, you
right.
know. And I think that little line between the day you're born, the day you die, that's what matters.
Right.
It's how you impact the world. I think God created us to be relational, to build relationships with
Right.
people, to be impactful in a positive way,
Oh,
right?
totally. That's like my whole tribe. Like,
Yes.
Emily, she's a big part of this. I get emotional. I haven't cried in a long time. Oh my gosh. And everybody here too. Like I was in a setting yesterday where people were very rude and condescending to me.
Give me their name and number.
Right?
Where do they drive? Where do they
Yeah,
live?
exactly. But sitting there, and I keep hearing this more frequently, and I just want to share this really quick that you gotta have the bitter to have the sweet to be able to appreciate the
I love
sweet.
that.
And yesterday at this event and with the rude people and all the things, I was like, God, just give me compassion because I'm human. People forget that I'm human just because I'm calm, collective, and I can keep my composure.
You are
Dude,
right.
I'm fucking Latina, man. Like, I can go crazy too, just like anybody else. So I'm like sitting there. Obviously, my feelings are hurt because of what happened. And I was like, you know what? Like, this isn't me. I'm so grateful that I'm so surrounded by people that are positive and I have great relationships with because those are the ones that mattered. I had to show up to this out of, I wanted to and partially obligation, but I felt the bitter at that moment is my point. But the sweetness part is so much greater than the bitterness. Like if you think about if you have something bitter, you're like, oh, then you have something sweet, you enjoy it a lot longer. And it just reminded me of that when you said that about relationships because it's so crucial. Your tribe is so important and who you surround yourself with. My mom always said to me, tell me who you hang out with and I'll tell you who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And I am so grateful that I'm not part of the rudeness and unkind
Mean girls.
type of tribe. Yeah, it
I
doesn't
love that.
recognize with me, that's all.
Alba, but I was so drawn to you when I first met you and the twins. I always say you and the twins.
Me and
right?
that's my whole life. Me and the twins.
There's
Yeah.
such a beautiful relationship, you
Yeah.
girls. I love you
I
girls.
would die with
And
my sisters,
honestly,
yeah.
You are the light.
Thank you.
I see that in you. I saw that in you when I met you.
Yeah.
It was so easy. Like, my friends always say, you always talk to strangers, but I don't always make a connection with strangers.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. I will talk to people on
Why
the
not?
sidewalk. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't always make like lasting friendships with people, you know.
Right.
But you and your sisters are the light. I don't mean
Thank
the light
you.
of the party. I mean the light. You walk around, you glow,
Yeah.
and
thank
it just
you.
really it says a lot about like how you were raised and
I have
who
to
you
take
are.
care of them.
Who you are. But, to your point about your tribe, I
Yeah.
always think that you need to be with people who celebrate you,
Absolutely.
not tolerate you,
Right. Yeah.
because you feel it.
You feel it and you feel it. It's crazy to me that there are women out there within tribes and I've seen it and now I used to give people more the benefit of the doubt. And maybe that comes from my childhood trauma and all the things or just like, yeah, my childhood, just hoping for change, right? Hoping my dad was going to come through and pick me up this
Yeah.
time and not lie or whatever. But I always like to give people the benefit of the doubt. But once that line is crossed, I'm like, okay, I see you.
Mm-hmm.
I see you for who you are, and you are not part of my.
And you can't unsee it.
You can't unsee it. You can't unhear, and you can't unsee things that really hurt you, and that I take very heavy. And even with my sisters, like, I love and adore their friends. Like they're all great, but I personally have like my core people that I like. I think as I get older, I'm like, smaller is better for me. I want to just be tight niche,
Yeah.
I've lived like too much to like have to deal with the fear of abandonment and where do I stand. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm super emotional. I'm very sensitive, my fiance says. He's like, God, you're so sensitive. I'm like, but you always know where I stand.
Absolutely.
You can never say, I didn't know. And that I learned from life experiences and being divorced and all the things. I think it's only fair for people to know where they stand, good or bad. No surprises. So, enough about my little chant. Let's go back to you.
Love it, I love it.
So tell me a little bit what you're a part of now.
So currently I sit on a board of a empowerment ministry,
Mm-hmm.
and it is the only faith-based nonprofit organization
Okay.
that advocates for victims and survivors of domestic violence.
Yeah. It's
And
amazing.
I'm really happy to say that the same church I've been to for the last 34 years,
Yeah.
Bonita Valley Community Church, which
Okay.
is a great church, by the way. Anybody
Yeah.
want to go to church with
Yes.
me? They are they're the ones that have this ministry at their church
Mm-hmm.
for survivors of domestic violence. So
Okay.
we're having a conference on July 11th
Okay.
from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And it's about hope.
I like that.
So
Where is it going to be at?
it's going to be at Bonita Valley Community Church
Okay, it's going to be there.
on Bonita Road. I think it's 4744 Bonita Road. It's right across from the golf course.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I know exactly. Everybody knows where the golf course is.
Yeah.
And so you're going to be speaking on
I'm
it.
going to be speaking on overcoming.
Wow.
So it's going to be about healing, overcoming,
Uh-huh.
purpose, and empowerment.
Wow. And it's a women's event.
It's a women's event. Yeah.
Okay. And in this ministry
You
that
can
you're
bring,
part
you can
of.
bring, you can bring your boyfriend.
Oh, he's fine. He's like, go on, you go on and do your thing. Do you guys help people within the community?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yes.
So tell me a little more about that, just in case somebody's like listening.
So Elizabeth Rosso is actually the founder,
Mhm.
and she is a little firecracker.
Is she really?
Like, yeah, don't let her size
Yeah.
fool you.
Yeah.
She is well versed with the legal terms and
Yeah.
in and outs of going into the courthouse, and she's a huge advocate. She's a little firecracker. Like,
Mhm.
she's a go-getter. She knows people. She knows places.
Yeah. It's always good.
I want to say she knows where the bodies are buried. But she's very resourceful, and so
Yeah.
she actually has classes for these women to empower them. So it's called empowerment ministry, right? So
Yeah.
the goal is not just to, give them resources and send them away. It's to actually,
Rebuild.
yes, and envelop them with that love and care
Yeah.
and empowerment from within, right? But it's faith-based, so it's always like based on scripture.
Yeah.
Like Jeremiah 29:11, that's one of my favorite verses.
Mhm.
And it talks about God not wanting to harm us, but to give us hope in a future. And I see Elizabeth, and I'll tell you a little story about her. I have the opportunity to be a prayer partner at my church, and one Wednesday night, she came up to me and said, I feel a calling to create a nonprofit organization to support victims of domestic violence.
Oh my
And
gosh.
my heart broke beautifully
Yeah.
because I was a victim of domestic violence,
Right.
and I was also an advocate for victims of domestic violence. So I feel like God brought her to me
Yeah.
to pray over her,
Right.
and a year later, it all came into fruition.
Wow.
And it was so beautiful, and like I said, like it broke my heart. But you know when you cry because you're so happy?
Yes. Yeah. All
That's
the time.
what I mean by
I cry all the
like broken beautifully. It's like
Yeah.
it made me emotional because
Yeah.
I told her, you need to go talk to Pastor Mike. And she went and spoke to him, and he helped her.
Wow.
And just even, how would I know that Pastor Mike was going to be the one that was going to
Right.
give her guidance that she needed? And sure
Mhm.
enough, that's exactly what she did. And that's exactly what he did. And I feel like, wow, God is so good. Like,
Wow.
he gives you the words to tell someone, to empower them to go do what they want to do, right?
Right.
And I feel like it was her purpose.
And it was her purpose to tell you based on your life
No,
experience.
I didn't know her. This is the first time I met her.
Right. But
So-
then when she came to you and she's like, I have, this instinct to do this, like you were
Yes.
the right person because your testament, your life experiences can really help somebody. And the one thing that I tell people that I've told people, things take time. So the verbal abuse starts and you tolerate it. Then the physical abuse, like things take time, but it takes that buildup to be like, okay, this isn't for me. But when you say this isn't for me, from actually taking action and leaving or running away or filing for divorce is a long time.
Yeah.
It takes time, and it takes for us to look at ourselves in the mirror and be like, one is enough. So I'm so glad that you're in that position. One, because you're extremely like heartwarming and compassionate about it, but not only that, but then the school thing that you're a part of as well. That's so huge because we didn't have that growing up. You know, most of the time kids spoke up after learning sex ed. That was the one opportunity that we had, was to speak up to a teacher about it because
I
of
didn't have
that
that
shame.
opportunity.
Exactly. So you didn't have that. We had that opportunity to learn about sex ed, and then after that, like, then what, you know? And it's just, I don't know if it's becoming more common or more of a trend of this happening, or maybe more people are being outspoken about it, because back then it was like, shh,
Yeah.
we're not going to say anything.
No,
We're just going to pretend like it didn't happen.
we have to enable and empower, you know, these victims, whether they're men or women,
Yeah.
you know, little boys, little girls.
Yes.
We need to empower them to let them know that they can speak up about this, speak
Right.
up against it, let someone know what happened, especially when someone tells you, don't tell nobody, or
You're
this
gonna
is
get
our
in
little
trouble.
secret.
Yeah.
You know, it's grooming. That's what they're doing. They're grooming them.
Yeah.
You know, whenever anybody tells another person, keep our relationship a secret, there's a reason
Mm-hmm.
why. Because I'm not going to walk around in shame or guilt, right?
Yeah.
I mean, now as an adult, I know that. But as children, you don't teach somebody that.
No.
I mean, it's something that needs to be spoken about
Right.
and addressed early on,
Yeah.
right? If somebody tells you, don't tell nobody, make sure you
Red
go tell your
flag.
mom.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing, is like sometimes some kids don't even feel comfortable telling mom. That's the hard part, that I feel like there's no real outlet. Interesting enough, I just saw a video recently where this mom filmed herself with her daughter, and she's like, okay, we're gonna go to a family party. Is it okay to do this? And she gives her a hug, like just the tap, you know. Yes, that's okay. Is it okay to do this? Yes, that's okay. Is it okay to do this? And she's like, no, that's not okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is it okay to do this? No, that's not okay. She's like, okay, I just want to make sure. And whoever you don't feel comfortable hugging, you don't have to hug them.
Exactly.
Versus with us, my upbringing was, you go in and you say hi to everybody. And you give them a
Yeah.
hug and a kiss when you get there and when you leave.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's
a
terrible.
different generation.
So different. So different.
I feel like my daughters, I feel like I've empowered them when they were little. Because I was very open. My daughters and I, me and my kids have a good relationship.
So they're like your siblings
like my
almost.
little
Yeah.
siblings,
Yeah.
But, you know, I've always told them,
Yeah.
you know, and be open with your kids about things.
Right.
And my daughter, like my youngest daughter, will refuse to take her children around somebody who she knows either has been abusive
Wow.
or has bad tendencies. Like, no. And she tells the kids, if you don't want someone to hold you or hug you, you tell them, like, don't.
Right. Yeah.
Like, please stop. Please don't do that.
Right.
So there's power in empowering your children,
Yeah.
right? And unfortunately, you and I didn't have that,
Right.
but doesn't mean that our children and our grandchildren, we can't make a better world for them. We could make a better world for them.
Right. There's always somebody out there that can help.
Yeah.
You know, especially you being a part of that nonprofit. I think it's such a big deal. It's such a big resource.
Yeah, but you know, besides being part of this nonprofit organization, there's opportunities everywhere. For
Totally.
example, at my work right now, I work at San Diego Gas and Electric. I'm fortunate enough to work for a company that not just cares about the community, but cares about the employees.
Mm-hmm.
And within our company, we have an ERG, which is an employee resource group, called Lean In.
Mm-hmm.
And I get to mentor like 15 women.
Wow.
And we're able to create open space, right? To have that safe space
Wow.
where we can talk about anything.
Yeah.
It doesn't always have to be about work, and be about things that are happening at home with the relationships,
Right.
and being able to create space, to hold space for one another
Yeah.
is so vital.
So huge.
It's part of that relationship that I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I honor you, I know you're going to honor me,
Right.
right? And so loyalty is really important to
Oh
me.
yeah, I'm a Leo.
Loyalty
Like
is
my
very important to
loyalty,
me.
it's like I've been going to the same eyebrow girl for like 15 years. And I would go to the same tax lady, but unfortunately she passed away. Like I am loyal to the soil, man. Like
Yeah.
I'm cool as a fan, but once you mess with my circle, that's kind of where I like.
That's how I am too.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but Fawful hashtag.
Yeah, seriously, I can't. You can't mess with my people. So I do have one question for you. Looking back at everything that you've experienced, what would you tell little Norma? What would you say to her if you have the opportunity to speak to her now based on the life experiences that you've had?
Based on my life experience, I would tell little Norma, don't define yourself by someone else's description
Mm,
of who you are. Because you are a child of God, number one.
mm,
You are made in God's image. You are loved. You are chosen. You are not rejected.
yeah.
And you are never abandoned.
Mm.
And you are never alone.
Ugh. Oh man. I know you said that to little Norma, but little Alba felt that too.
Big Norma felt it too.
Yeah, Big Alba did too, for sure. Oh my gosh. Well, how can people find this nonprofit or things that are, that you're a part of, because I feel like you're such a big impact in the community and you are amazing at creating this safe space. So how can people find the organization?
It's called Empowerment Ministry.
Mm-hmm.
.org, and they can find it online.
Okay.
Or they can visit Bonita Valley Community Church,
Yeah.
4744 Bonita Road.
Okay.
They meet on Monday nights, but right now we're on break because of summer.
Oh, yeah.
So that is the only group that's open. Also, we also have a Celebrate Recovery for like people who
Ooh.
struggle with addictions.
Yeah.
So that's another organization that's there at our church that is also not closed for the summer.
Okay.
So neither is the Empowerment Ministry. So
Okay.
like Wednesday nights, we have worship nights on Wednesday nights, and we have Bible studies on Thursday nights.
Okay.
Those are closed for the summer,
Yeah.
but we have 3 services on Sundays that anybody can come and ask questions about the ministry.
Yeah.
And we'd love to have you.
Okay. And come find Norma.
And come find me.
Thank you so much to Costa Rica Capital for sponsoring this, and we'll catch you next time.